we want to apologize for the little bit break in transmission. It was, of course, some technical issues, but we're getting it right now. We've gotten it right now. We want to thank you for still being there with us and joining us again as we have come back again live and direct, better and stronger. I still have my guest in the studio, Kelechi Imo. We're still together. Kelechi, we're discussing the issue of ShopRite. And I was asking, why would ShopRite attempt to think of leaving this country without even settling some legal issues which they have, and some of them have gotten a judgment on them for $10 million US. It's not a small money,
Yeah, it's not a small money. I think ShopRite must have acted out of desperation. Maybe they've been in the country a lot of losses, especially now that this pandemic arose. So they weren't, it does appear, they weren't thinking right. I'm sure they will find a way to resolve the matter.
They should immediately find a way to resolve the matter, because you cannot owe somebody or have somebody have a legal issue against you, and you tend to now disappear without resolving that issue. It's important they go back and settle AIG. I think that's AIC or thereabout. That's the name of the company that is involved. So let's move forward to another story. We just have a breaking story that came out now from Punch directly. Punch is saying that Nigeria on the edge of bankruptcy. He said Nigeria on the edge of bankruptcy. What? How can you imagine Nigeria being bankrupt?
I don't want to think about it.
He said Nigeria on the edge. That's the Punch newspaper published that this morning. He said the federal government retained revenues, which is the actual revenue realized before its argument with blah 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 blah. But the point is that they're saying that Nigeria is on the edge of being bankrupt. That will be disastrous for this country.
It will be disastrous. The first person who raised this issue was the post emir of Kano.
Yes.
Sanusi Lamido.
Yes.
He said this. The way the country is heading to, that we might just end up being bankrupt. He said it.
And that's a very delicate. Is it that we're not making enough money again? Or is that we're borrowing more than we're expecting?
We are borrowing.
Or what exactly is the problem?
For me, we are borrowing more than expected. We are borrowing. The last one we borrowed, or the one we intend to borrow, all of a sudden they say that our sovereignty is being sold out to China and all that. So I'm not surprised really, because a lot of people have shouted about. Peter Obi has always said it, Sanusi said it, now Punch newspaper is saying it. I mean, President Buhari should call his economic team. The reputable people like Professor Charles Soludo is in this team. He should be able to advise the president appropriately. And this is where I miss my lady. Ngozi Okorocha.
He's talking about his lady, Ngozi Okorocha. Meanwhile, by tomorrow, we'll be discussing about Ngozi Okorocha on this show. Yeah. We'll be looking at her chances. Yeah. We'll be looking at the opportunity. We'll be looking at what she's going to offer the world at World Trade Organization. Yes. We'll be looking at that by tomorrow. So we want to also make sure you are hooked up to us tomorrow so you can enjoy the show. But meanwhile, let's go straight to another issue, a political issue. Yesterday, Nasir El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, was on Channels Television. And on that program, he clarified his position as regards the presidency going to the south. And he said it. We have it on video. It's on video there on that page directly. He said it that he's not against. He's not against a northerner running for president. He's not against anybody running for president. But that because of convention, how this nation has run itself, that it is important that the South provides a president after the North has finished their 8 years due President Muhammadu Buhari. That to be fair, and that there is no part of this country that lacks competent people that they can be found everywhere. What is your take on that?
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think it is high time you give the Easterners the chance to rule. Every other region have had their own fair share. And when it was their time, the Easterners were not agitating. They were not saying no. It's even the devil knows that 2023 is the time for Easterners. So I only think that every rational thinking Nigerian should support any candidate from the southeast. That is my point.
Okay, let's listen to that video. The video for
El-Rufai. It's like in the APC's constitution that when a southerner rules for 8 years after Obasanjo, the presidency moved to the north. There was no question about it. It did not stop people from the south from contesting, but the consensus of the party leadership is that the presidency should go to the north. Very much. Now, what I am saying is, based on that arrangement, unspoken, it's not signed anywhere. After Buhari does 8 years, what is honorable is for northern politicians to put their support behind a southern candidate. I never said at any point that I will not support a northern candidate. That issue does not arise. I just express my preference as a matter of principle to respect what we have as a political arrangement. We will get to a point that this will not be necessary. I don't believe in zoning, for instance. I don't practice zoning when I appoint people, but that is not the point. That's my opinion, that's my feeling, just like Mama Dora who said we should drop zoning. Yes, but we have this arrangement, and until we overcome this preference for north handing over to south and back, I think we should maintain it. This is my point. Now, I do not believe that any part of Nigeria has a monopoly of competent people, has a monopoly of people with capacity. So it really doesn't matter. If you say that you want a president from the north, there are many people that are qualified from the north. If you say you want a president from the south, there are many competent, qualified people from the south. So it's not an issue of competence or capacity. Okay, this country, there is virtually no local government in this country that will go looking for a PhD in anything. You cannot find. Nigeria has gone beyond that. But I agree that when the aspirants all come out, we should look for competence, capacity, character, integrity. All those will come out when the aspirants begin to emerge. But
of course, we're seeing reactions here on our platform. Somebody just said this is a scam. Period. They say this is a scam. That this is a scam. You know, we have division in the southeast at the moment.
Yes.
There are some people who say that the presidency idea is a scam. While some people say that what we need is Biafra. Some people are saying that the presidency idea is a scam, that what we need is Biafra. While some people are saying no, that we need the presidency, what we need is true federalism. Where do you stand?
I stand in presidency. Okay? I have always said, let us have our own time. Come 2023. Then after that, if we not say we want Biafra, we will all support. Let us have a taste.
So you have the view that we should have our own taste of power.
Yes, let us have it. It will go a long way in resolving the psychological effect of not having tested the presidency. It gives us this sense of responsibility. Do
you think that having that presidency will try to resolve the injustice which most Igbos think that they have faced in Nigeria?
It will not completely resolve it, but then it will give them this sense of relevance. At least if you have an Igbo man as a president, some of those deficiencies, some of those infrastructure deficiencies you've seen that has been attached to the Easterners for these years, I'm sure you'll be in a better position to address it. And all those problems.
Do you think the structure of this country can ever allow him to address anything very reasonable for the Southeasterners?
It has to do with the political will.
Whatever he says that he wants to restructure, he has to go to the Senate National Assembly, and we know what's happening there.
I agree. This is where I believe in competence. If you are somebody who knows what you are doing, are you getting me? And you say, see, I want this thing to get done, and it wouldn't affect whatever you are getting. People will support you. That's just the truth. My point is that we've had the North, we've had the West, we've had the South. Please give the Southeast. Let us do our own. And I must say this, there are so many competent people from the Southeast who are presidential candidates, who have the presidential power. I mean, not presidential powers, who have the presidential capacity to deliver. So there are so many of them.
I don't think there's a doubt of the capacity of the Igbo man to deliver if he becomes the president. Igbos obviously are very entrepreneurial. Yes. They are very strong. They are very committed to agendas and goals. So I think there's no problem about that. The main problem is it achievable? Is it achievable?
Well, that is why we, the Southeast, need to go back to the drawing board. There's something the former PDP national chairman said some few days ago. What's his name? It was he said that the elite, the Igbo elite, nobody is supporting Biafra at the moment. Nobody.
But
that's why give us this platform. See, why are people even agitating for Biafra? The reason, see, all of us are Biafrans, whether you like it or yes, we are all Biafrans. But why is it that we keep recurring Biafra? It's because we feel, or not just feel, we know that we have been treated so badly. And not giving us the opportunity to be president is even an added advantage, where they say, these people, they don't want us.
But of course, you know that presidency is not given.
No, it's taking.
Slug it out.
That is what I'm saying.
Slug it out.
That's what I said.
We are ready to slug it out because as if we are trying to blackmail.
We are
really ready for it.
We are ready. We've learned our lessons. I think the point is that the Igbo man doesn't really know how to play this politics. But I think that with the experiences we've gotten and all the challenges we've had in the time past, I think we are in a better position now to play politics well, just like the West does.
Okay, my guest just said that at the moment we seems to be in the Southeast seems to be a better position to slug it out for the presidency come 2023. And remember that also everybody said that he will suggest that he goes to the south. He did not say southeast.
Yeah, I agree.
So that means it can be slugged out between the south, southeast and southwest.
He's only being a politician. He said the south. The point is we have the south, we have the southeast. At the moment we have the south have had the opportunity, the person of Goodluck Jonathan. Let the southeast have. There are so many people there. Peter Obi is there. Ojikali is there. Even our friend from Ebonyi State. He's there. So
is also there.
There are so many Igbo men who are capable of leading.
Of doing the job?
Of course.
So let the politics play themselves. We are here to talk about the news and what's happening in and around the world at the moment. Okay, let's come back to Abia State and see what's happening here. We just heard that Abia State government have set up a committee for the actualization of diaspora development plan. I think they've given diaspora people some lands to develop properties. He said Abia State government set up committee for the actualization of diaspora land development.
Yes.
How do you see that idea?
Well, it's a wonderful idea. It's the first of its kind, I believe. It's nice. In fact, I was looking at the members of the committee and somebody struck my mind. Barrister Sam Hand is one of the people in that committee, and one Ngozi Lendo. So when I saw the person is also answering Dr. Mrs. Ngozi over there, I just remembered the woman. So you're
always remembering this World Trade Organization job.
She has to win.
Okay, let's move straight back to our news content and see what's happening. We have another news here coming straight from Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom State government have been uncomfortable with the decision of the MBBS decision, and they are saying no because they came number 2 as a state with the lowly with high level of unemployment. The government are saying no. In fact, the Commissioner for Information in Akwa Ibom State, Comrade made a statement recently. He said no, and it was carried by our platform. Let's see what they are saying there. We're getting there very soon. He said no, that information by MBBS is wrong. Akwa Ibom government queries rating, calls for engagement. Now they are saying that the governor has done so much in terms of establishing industries.
Exactly.
He's saying that Akwa Ibom State government have queried the facts behind the current rating position of labor force statistics, unemployment and underdevelopment report by the National Bureau of Statistics. The government revealed that the rating does not reflect the current position of things in the state. Based on the press release made available to AF News and signed by Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Comrade Inni Emimabong, he stated that the reality on ground in our state is in contradiction to the Beirut report. The report with the reality of existence and operations of the numerous industries in our state, the recruitment into civil service and public service, public-private partnership initiatives, awards of direct labor contracts, our airline and general aviation businesses, qualitative cash support and interest-free loans to entrepreneurs, financial and input support to farmers. The obvious conclusion will confirm that indeed the current administration have created quality jobs in an unprecedented manner. This reality is not attempting to deny the existence of unemployment, which is a global phenomenon worsened by COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, there's no doubt that His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Gabriel Udom Emmanuel, has really done well in trying to, in terms of employment and in terms of bringing young entrepreneurs to strive. However, sometimes some of these statistics, they give estimates, okay? I don't really know the measure of it. Just like within the week, I saw something about unemployment rates in Nigeria. And I was looking at it, I said, it's even more. So, I believe that the NBC.
Yes, MBS.
MBS rather. They didn't have any intention to demarket, along with demarketing a state or trying to make a state worse than it's no. But rather, the statement, I believe, is aimed to make the government of the day to work hard to come up. It's not really a reflection of what is on ground. The reality could be that they are actually more than that or less than that. However, I think that it doesn't need to, they don't need to cry so much about it.
Okay, we have a statement here coming from Bishop Chi on our platform on the trend. He's saying that, what relevance, my brother, is it with the amount of money already borrowed by the incumbent government or the insecurity which is being fueled and managed by top Nigerians from the north or what? Let's not be deceived. We must approach this willful giving of 2023 presidency to the South. I bet you the South will be swallowed by this uncommon gesture. He's saying that he does not trust the idea of giving to the South after all the borrowed money by the state, by the federal government at the moment, the loans that is not planned to blanket the South with that.
I don't. For us, we are not afraid of things like this. We have the knowledge. Give it to us first.
Give it to us, we can liquidate it.
Give it to us first.
Give it to the Southeast, can finish this high level of debt from China, from all over the world.
A Southeast lady, in fact an Abia, could talk to those of them in Paris Club, and they wiped up Nigeria's debt of $18 billion. I'm talking of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. We have P2B, who have proven that No, I'm just saying that it is not impossible.
Are you marketing P2B on this platform?
I'm not marketing anybody, I'm just saying reality. They are all Igbo people. No, they shouldn't. No. The point I'm trying to make is, no matter how hard a mountain can be, people also climb it.
Okay, yes, he just said that no matter how high the mountain can be, that people can also climb it. Let's come back to the Akwa Ibom State story. Okay. And the commissioner went on to say, as a responsible government, we intend to engage the National Bureau of Statistics to ascertain the veracity of their process and result. Particularly, we will seek answers to the following questions. What was the sample size used in the survey? What was the spattle spray of the sample? What population figure did they use to obtain the percentage recorded for Akwa Ibom State? What quality assurance mechanism did they employ? What was the temporal spread of the data used in analysis in order to ensure trust and confidence in statistical output? With which agencies of state government was the data source authenticated done?
We are just saying the same.
He said they are ready to communicate. They are ready to talk.
They are ready to talk. Now, if the government is this confident, let them go ahead.
They are ready to talk.
Go ahead.
That if the MBBS think that their facts are correct, that they are ready to talk. They are ready to talk. So let us move back again and see what's happening to other stories that we have on our platform. Remember that one of the stories that turned over the weekend is the movement of Dr. Alex Oti from ABGA to officially from ABGA to All Progressive Congress. We have that story. We have that story here, and he officially moved from All Progressive Grand Alliance to All Progressive Congress. That's always progressive. So we are hoping that it is full progressive indeed. So that's what we are hoping. So we have it here. Why I joined APC for the greater good of Ndabia. That's Alex Oti speaking. He said, you remember he joined over the weekend. He said, two-time gubernatorial candidate of All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA, in Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, yesterday, on 14th August 2024, officially joined APC in two-phase event that held first in his ward in Isialongwa South LGA and crowned by another event at APC State Secretariat in Umuahia, Abia State. Abia State. Among those who followed Dr. Alex Oti to APC included his former deputy governorship candidate in ABGA for the 2015-2019 election, Dr. Mrs. Uche, Uche, who according to Dr. Soti is already registered in her ward, including 2 senatorial candidates for Abia North and Abia South for the 2015-2019 election, Chief Dr. David Obaolo, her OON, and Chief Chris Okonta, and a host of others. The movement of Dr. Alex Soti from Abga to APC was first a rumor which many believe was not going to be possible until a statement by his media aide Ferdinand Kroma last weekend saying his declaration would take place on Friday, 14th August 2020 at his ward in Eastern South local government area of Abia State. So that's what we are watching on the screen currently. You will see where he was officially, this was at the APC office here in Omaya, where he was giving the broom. Let's listen to that video a little bit.
Isi ala WhatsApp mmamman wo 5 mmamman wo 4 mmamman wo 3 mmamman wo 2 mmamman wo 8 mmamman wo 9 mmamman wo 1 mmamman wo 10 ezuonu. The symbol of APC Tigre Kawalihu clean one bola dem. By 2023, APC, Gigura Abia State. No, local government. This is what happened. They were anyway. Amala, not only you can go a mono, but in this area, what happened? They were like a mono. Amala,
Yes, obviously you can see the video of Dr. Alex Soti's event, his official cost carpeting to All Progressive Congress from All Progressive Grand Alliance that held on Friday 14th August 2020. He formally moved, officially made it open that he has moved from Abga to APC in Abia State and in Nigeria. He formally made it open on the 14th of August 2020, despite all the rumors we've been hearing. But that was the day it was formally shown. He formally said that he has moved. Now, let's look at one of the comments again on our platform as regards to the presidency issue. He says that they are using 2023 presidency to distract us from the genocide going on in Nigeria. The South and Christians all over Nigeria should stand up now and defend themselves before it is too late.
Who said it?
One Ike Chukwuka.
Okay. Well, to add to what he said, you know, it does appear that 2023 has started. You know, this morning as I was coming here,
yes,
I asked myself, what year are we really? Are we in 2020 or 2022? Because the way the whole atmosphere is, it just looks as if we are in 2021 already. So, but well, my point is, I don't want to believe that anybody wants to distract anybody.
Okay, let's come down to Abia State. You've seen what happened. Alex Oti joined APC on last week Friday. What do you think is the implication of that movement to APC? Well,
Dr. Alex Oti since he left the banking sector, he has turned to be a politician. One, him moving over to, they call it cross-carpeting. Him cross-carpeting over to APC is no big deal. He's not the only politician that has done that. And if you look at his track record, he's moving over to him for the greater good of all Abians. For me, I only wish him well. He's coming into APC will make that party stronger because, to be honest, Dr. Alex Oti, whether anybody likes it or yes, he has made a strong statement in this state politically. He's a strong man. So I think him moving over to the party will only make there will be this healthy opposition and there is this healthy competition.
People are saying that, are you sure that it will not create a very endangered politics in the APC in 2023? Wouldn't there be so much internal fighting in APC because of its moving there?
No, I don't see that. I don't see that. Rather, I see too much unification between all the bigwigs in APC. For me, it's normal, okay? There's no political party that doesn't have its internal crisis. Even the PDP, they have. It's just that some people are more mature than the other in handling their internal crisis. However, the most important thing is the people. Let the people decide. At the end of the day, it's the wish of the people that will prevail. That's my point.
Now, another issue that also trended on our platform, afnews.ng. Remember that our Facebook handle is, you can get us on Abia Fact Newspaper, our other handle is AF News. You can get us there too. Another statement that also created some buzz over the weekend is the statement made by Oti. He said, PDP has his knees on our necks as of Abians. We can't breathe. That is the American slogan now. He said we can't breathe. We can't breathe. Is it that he can't breathe or Abians cannot breathe? What do you think?
For me, is.
Can't you breathe as an Abian?
I can breathe. I have to be honest. But then it's not about the political party. It's about the actors, the players. Okay, when you say the system is bad, who are the operators of the system? It's the individuals. It's not about the party. It's just like NEPA. When they change from NEPA to PSC, and did that change? Did it make any meaning?
We have not seen any.
We've not seen any light. Okay, so I think what matters here is it gives the opportunity for the people for them to exercise their vote the more, for their votes to count the more. That's what I say.
Okay, let's move directly to Ghana and see what's happening in Ghana. Nigerians in Ghana are crying, are wailing, are calling out for help. Please help me. My kids have nothing to eat today. Please, can you? These stories, this thing, I've started rolling up on our platform now. Help me. Okay, let's see what's happening in Ghana. Nigerians in Ghana are crying, they are wailing that the Ghanaian authorities are on their neck and really maltreating them, closing up their shops. And there's a video we have where we saw a Ghanaian official say that anybody that wants to open a shop in Ghana must have at least an investment of $1 million.
Wow. You see, for some time, since this year, Nigerians have been maltreated all over the globe. We hear how Nigerians are maltreated in Indonesia. We hear of how Nigerians are maltreated in China. We hear of how Nigerians are maltreated in Ghana now, and even in South Africa. For me, it calls a kind of retrospect. What have we, Nigeria as a country, have we done well? It's because of we don't have a good reputation inside. That is why we are being maltreated outside. If we are strong inside, nobody challenges us. So I think it's a wake-up call for all Nigerians. See, the government cannot do it alone. Let us all support this government, the current model, to make Nigeria work. Whatever we can do to make Nigerians work. It is because say country no good now when people they come out. If country good, nobody will live here now. Are you getting my point? So
yes.
All these maltreatments must put to a stop. Our diplomats, our representatives, our ambassadors, all of them should come together and start speaking out. Why are our people molested? Because if it is here, we treat foreigners here more than even our own. We give them all the security, all the available comforts they need in order to do businesses and thrive. Why is it that we cannot get a commensurate treatment in their own home countries? So I think the country leadership need to act to address some of these issues.
The country leadership need to act and address some of these issues. That's what our guest in the studio is saying this morning. He's saying that Nigerian government needs to act and address these issues to avoid Nigeria being treated like trash all over the country. Let us see a video where a Nigerian, a Ghanaian official, if you go to national news, you will see where we have troubling video. Watch why Ghanaian officials are closing down Nigerian shops. If you go to under national category, you will see a title, troubling video, watch why Ghanaian officials are closing. Then you see a video there underneath, a video, a first Twitter handle video. You will see exactly what is being said there. Can we watch that video? Can we see that video, please? As the video is loading, let's advise. What do you expect the Nigerian government to do as regard to this issue now? Because people are really willing.
Call your ambassadors. In fact, there should be this. All the countries that that Nigerians are having troubles with. The ambassadors need to be called together and say, listen, gentlemen, let us protect the interests of our countrymen and women who are living in this country. We need to address these issues. Why are we being maltreated? Because if we do...
Okay, let's watch the video.
Food and accessories hub close to the Tito Lane at Circle in Accra. Traders here are mostly foreigners. Their involvement in retail business is contentious. Members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, confronted the foreigners in retail business, leading to the closure of some shops earlier this year. The presidential committee, escorted by the police, arrived at about 11 a.m. The peaceful exercise later turned chaotic.
What started peacefully a while ago is becoming very chaotic here at the soldier bar, as the foreigners will not budge to the others to shut across down their shops. It's getting very chaotic here now.
Some of the owners closed down their shops by themselves, while others were forced to do so. This woman will not allow her shop to be closed.
There's a lady who doesn't want to shut down her shop.
Okay, you can watch the video, you see what's happening there, how shops are being closed, and Ghanaian government are saying that if you don't have $1 million to invest in their country, you don't need to open any shop. And we know that majority of people who are doing business outside this country are Nigerians, so that's what is the challenge at the moment. That's what. So let's finally look at the issue of what's happening in Imo State. What will be your advice to Uzodinma and Rochas Okorocha on how to build their party APC and to move forward?
Not Uzodinma.
Uzodinma.
Yes, for me, Uzodinma, you are the governor of the state. You know what's best for your state, and whatever you are doing, you should also understand that someday you will be an ex-governor like yourself, and you would deserve to have a leveling playing ground, to have your own matter. So if the ex-governor Rochas Okorocha is not feeling too comfortable with the members comprising of the committee, I think you should be a little bit more liberal. One, considering that he's your party man, and he's also a big brother in the party. He has been in governance for 8 years, governorship of the state for 8 years, so he knows better. So give him that respect that is due to him as an ex-governor by making him feel comfortable with members of committee. And I'm sure on your own part, Rochas Okorocha, you always call yourself the people governor. I'm sure you have nothing to fear at all.
Yes, we want to thank you very much for being with us on this show this morning. We deeply appreciate you. I remain Eminiki Rebu with my guest in the studio, Kelechi Imo. We thank you for being with us. We want to assure you that we'll constantly give you the updates of what's happening in and around Nigeria. You can also Google our platform, www.afnews.ng, to read up all the current and trending updates. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram via AFNewsNG. You follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also follow us on YouTube. On our YouTube handle to watch all our video, AF Television. You get all the content. We thank you very much. We appreciate you. We say God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.